Alright, so I just left my girlfriend's house in Yukon. I want to film some perp and stuff, you know? So, the whole time I was standing out front there, like, every car was either white or red, you know, practically. But we'll just film it, see how it goes. A lot of them didn't have their lights on, though. But they gotta have their lights on, like the ones behind me. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys could pick that up. There's a couple back there with their lights on. A couple up here too, so we'll go ahead and just film this little ride here in Yukon, Oklahoma. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? There's a red one and a white one together. Wow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to film anything because that sun coming right at me. I'll check this out later and see if it picked up anything. This white truck here wants to get behind me so bad. It's going real slow. Probably because it wants to, you know, show me it has its lights on. They do that so much, you know. That's a little perp tactic. Oh, there's a perp there on the side of the road. I don't know if I got that. You see? The one up here that was rolling with the white car was red. So it was a red and white one together. On the other side of the street just passed, they were red and white. This one's white. White and white. You know, I don't know a lot about, you know, what goes on when these guys move, you know, these people, these perps move into a community, but the community knows they're here. You know, they got to, because, you know, they stay off the streets. See? Red. All of them were just red. And another red. I don't know what that was. Probably black or something. They have a lot of black. They like to filter in, you know. It doesn't really... It's like whatever. They could use any color they want. That one was burgundy. They could use, you know, black, yellow, green, white. And they will. And they have. They've done gray on me. They've done black. They've had like swarms of them, you know, like 6 or 7 at a time. That's fucking stupid. It's almost like they're trying to threaten you and be like, yeah, we're going to use black now. It's like, whoa, no, don't do black. You know, that kind of shit. They're fucking lames, man. No matter what color they use, it's not going to have the same effect at all, ever, as it did the initial anchor, and that was red. I mean, that's what I was anchored with. And I went out and got some red shoes. I started wearing red clothing, first of all. Actually, no, I didn't. I brought a red handkerchief to work. I started blowing my nose in it. And then, you know, and then it was winter, and I have allergies. My nose was running everywhere, so And then I started wearing red clothing here and there, red and shirt. I bought me some red Converse. And I went out and got this red vehicle, this old red truck. I needed to buy a truck anyway, so I sold this little Sportster bobber I built. It was tight. I sold it and used the money to buy a vehicle, and little convoy of perps, and this red truck here was what I got. As you can see, it's nowhere near dark enough to start turning your lights on, the sun's still up in the horizon, you see that? But yep. So, yeah. A lot of these videos I've been making, especially on my first YouTube account, normal people will look at them and just be like, what? And stuff, because it's really hard to tell, what the hell's going on and stuff, so, but, I knew, and that was the point. I just wanted to prove to the world that I was a TI. Random red vehicles just parked. White ones coming by with their headlights on, white ones with their headlights on, see this up here? This like blue light. Do you guys get that too? The blue lights they put in their cars? I get a lot of this colored light. And it's nothing new, man. I've been getting that since about 2007. Every town I go to, and I never moved because of the stalking. I always moved. I didn't know I was stalked in 2007. I knew something was odd. I didn't figure it out until last year. Possibly perps, but they'll probably wait till they get behind me and turn the lights on. They've done that a lot. Wait till they get behind you, then turn the light. See the ones behind me? I don't know if you could make him out, but there's a couple back there. They all have their lights on, I didn't figure out I was being gang stalked until 2 years ago. I ran across the whole phenomenon by accident on YouTube. I was looking up. I was looking at like, was it like a history show or National Geographic show? How they show the gangland shows? I was watching those, and then I started typing in stuff, like gangs and stuff to look up on YouTube. And I'm trying to get this one behind me. Here's another one here. There's a perp right there. That's a perp. Anyway, and I ran across this one video, and it started talking about gang stalking, and it had a red dude on the cover, and he was standing in a Target, and it was a computer animated type thing. I think OSI put the video out. I don't know, but I watched that video like twice. It was in the computer voice. It talked about the job mobbing, the smear campaign, the gaslighting, the briding. I was like, holy fucking shit. I was like, this is what I've been going through for like a decade, And that's how I found out. I never knew before. I just knew that something wasn't right. I knew that. I knew something wasn't right. I just didn't know what. I thought, I actually started to doubt myself and thought that there's something about me that brings out anger in people. I actually thought this shit. I used to talk to my ex-wife about it all the time. Now, there's something to me that brings out weirdness in people. And, I don't think my ex-wife at that time knew. Now, she does now. I know she does. She doesn't want to talk about it, though. And she always tries to act like she don't. But she does. She was dating a cop after me. She left me for a cop. And then it turned out that cop was weirder than I am. It's just she got rid of his ass. Anyway, I know I'm jumping from fucking subject to subject. See the rear view? It's a perp. Get out of my. He was trying to ride in my blind. A red car perp right there trying to ride in my blind. See him? Trying to ride in my blind? Yeah, I slowed down about 5, 6, 7 miles an hour and it sped up. Let him know, I know. And he shot in front of me. Perp. Yeah. Still not dark enough to turn your high beams on.
They're experiencing the power and efficiency of available EcoBoost engine technology.
Ah, did you see that? 2 white ones and a burgundy. The front one had misaligned lights. You think they have one light bulb bright, one light bulb not bright, but actually what it is it's just misalignment of the lights. Very, very misaligned. It makes it look like one's bright, one not. One's actually facing, that way if they're, pass harassing you, like on the freeway, like they do to me on my way to work, that one is like shining right at you, and the other one's facing straight. I get hundreds of those. But check it out, these are all perps. Since it's dusk, I guess you'd call this dusk. See the sun? They feel more comfortable, turning their brights on. But just so happens that was 2 white cars and a red car. Again, 2 white, 1 red, 2 white, 1 red. So they're perping. Look at this guy. Fog lights. Telltale sign. Red vehicle, white vehicle. I guess that one was black. They like to throw in a black here and there. Whatever, right? White vehicle. Got the perp behind me. Got the guy coming up here with the weird colored lights. Get a lot of those. Well, on my way to work, I get a lot in the in the city. They've been riding like packs. Look at us. Hey. Two white cars and a red one. So I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, "No, it's kind of dusk. They're turning their lights on." Nah, no, them perps. Those are perping. They're all perping. Perps are perping. Perping perps. And there's the black one. It looked like one of my neighbors actually. It probably was. My neighbors are perping. All of them are perping. They've been perping since the first day I moved in. Perping, trying to get me, trying to arouse my anger on so many different levels, and stuff like that. I just every day just was myself, just remained true to myself. Just kind of laughed under my breath, like, and gave him a stupid look, and walked away. I prayed for him too, stuff, that kind of stuff, Yeah, they're lames. I'm a man, and I'm gonna act like a man, regardless of what they're doing. I'm not gonna drop to their level, and act like them. They act like they're fucking weird. Perps are weird, man. They're just strange people. Yeah, everybody likes to call them psychotic, but they're way beyond that, man. They're way beyond psychotic, way beyond bipolar. They're strange motherfuckers, They got like issues, Issues. There's a perp behind me. See the perping? That back window, the tint, it's illegal. So it's a lot darker right now than what, it actually is, what it's showing and stuff. So are all perping.